Hi, Tom Chasuk here, trackside at the Roller Derby Training Center here in Hayward, California. Joined now by Jesus Negron, one of the stars of the Eastern Express. Jesus, good to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Jesus, you know what? One of the things that I love to hear are stories that the skaters have about when they first got involved in roller derby, how they first got started skating. What was it with you?
Well, I guess like everybody else, I started watching it on television when I was back in Puerto Rico. I was about 15.
About what year was that?
Going way back, about 1970, 71. Some of my friends and I used to watch it on television and wanted to do the same thing on the street, so we started running on the sidewalk without metal skates. Finally decided to get on that cement track and form our own team until they finally brought it down to Puerto Rico. And I got interested in becoming a skater and learned about the training school.
Now, you said you formed your own team, but there really wasn't an official roller derby team at that time, was there?
No, there wasn't. It was just us kids on the streets.
What did you skate on? Did you
basketball, outside courts, sidewalk, streets, everywhere we could find a spot, you know, big enough.
Did any other skaters besides yourself make it to the pros?
No, actually, I think I was the only one that took the initiative or thought that it could be possible to get on the team. You know, I was a real fan of the skaters when they went to Puerto Rico, and I became friend, and then I became a skater.
So take me from that. Take me from the streets of Puerto Rico till you joined. Take me through it till you became a pro. Then what was your next step?
Next step, I moved to Philadelphia. Well, actually, I got to know the skaters, some of the skaters after the third or fourth time they went to Puerto Rico. I learned about the training school in Philadelphia and what I needed to do to get on a team. So I moved to Pennsylvania, finished high school out there while I was training for the Philadelphia team, and moved to Los Angeles because things were not working out in Philadelphia. And finished high school and got serious about it and got on the team and started skating for the Los Angeles team.
And what year was that?
That was way back in 1975.
So let me ask you, now you skated on the streets. When you first got on the bank track back in Philadelphia, how were you? Were you a natural at it? What was it like?
It was completely different. I tell you, I thought I was good. I thought I was good when I skated in Puerto Rico on the sidewalk and on the streets. I thought I was one of the best skaters, and everybody told me that. With that, I thought when I got on that track, that was going to be piece of cake.
You were king, right?
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll be on a team in 2 months. That was the start of the whole thing. It's like going back to first grade.
So you got up on the track, and then what?
And started learning the 5 stripes. The 5 stripes was it.
And right away, though, you were able to do that?
No, actually, I had to learn how to get up on the track first.
Thank you. So,
and hold on.
So I should have started on before that. So.
Yeah, I learned how to put my skates on first.
Okay.
They were good skates. You see, I didn't have those in Puerto Rico. We skated with the metal skates.
Oh, with the skate key and all that?
Exactly, you know, you tied those and they came off every time you went too fast and put them back on with rubber bands around it.
Now, did you bring those to the training center with you that day?
No, actually, I came prepared. I bought some Sears roller skates. Boots that you were able to order through by catalog in Puerto Rico.
Is that right? So you got those beforehand?
I brought those beforehand, and
were those the proper skates?
Yeah, they were okay. You know, they did it work for the time being for at least a year. You know, I didn't want to look too new.
So then, how was that first night? You finally made it up on the track, and what happened?
Well, they had different classes at the time. They had advanced, beginners, and pros classes. So I was in the beginners class for a long time before I was able to learn how to really skate that track. And it's not only learning how to skate the track, but endurance. It's really, that's one of the hardest part of the
What does it take to build that stamina?
It takes wanting to do it. And a lot of rest and good health and a lot of work. It takes a lot of, you know, initiative.
Right, a lot of time, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
well, yeah. You got to really put some time into it. You can't start doing it and stop and decide I'm going to do it next week, a couple of months. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right.
How do you handle that then, the time factor with your job, trying to work roller derby and your job into this?
Well, sometimes it's not easy. If we get enough notice about a game, we can work it out. That's not a problem. A lot of times it's not possible to get that much notice, but it seems to work out.
And when you find out that it's not possible, and it's not going to fit into your schedule, you feel kind of left out, don't you?
Well, that's the time have to call in sick. I mean, that's what.
Right. Now you
Yeah.
work for the airline, isn't that right?
That's correct.
What is your job there?
A reservationist.
Is that right? Now, what are your... Well, you can book yourself a flight out here anytime then and skate, can't you?
I try not to do that because I just want to make sure that I make it here
Oh, I
on
see.
time.
Oh, I
You know,
see.
I'm afraid of booking the wrong flight. Just kidding.
No.
I won't tell you what airline I work for.
Now, listen. The one thing I want to know is your fellow people who work on the airline with you, the other reservations clerk, do they know about this secret life of yours?
It takes a while to make them believe it's true, but yeah, they're starting to find out about it because they're watching the games on television. You know, it's being seen everywhere, so.
And what are their reactions? What was their reaction when they first found out? Do you remember one in particular that just story that you can't?
Of course, you know, people always tell you, you're in the roller derby. Are you one of the little guys that go around and score the points? That's what you always hear. It's like, hey, I thought I was big enough.
Yeah.
But I guess you just look bigger when you're on skates or on the track. But they get real amazed and look at you and make sure that your bones are not crooked and your nose is straight. And, you know, it's the first reaction. And then after they've studied you for a while, they say they want to go to a game.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And have they ever been hooked on it?
Yeah, I have lots of friends come to the game.
Lots of friends come to the game?
Yeah, I have to
They're all
bring
booking
them.
flights on this airline, right?
Well, I figure I have to get somebody to come and cheer for us, you know.
Oh, that's right. Absolutely.
So we have to have some fans.
You certainly have a lot of fans out there. Now, you mentioned, they said, how can a little guy like you do it? What about yourself? When you're on the track with those big guys, do they intimidate you at all?
It depends on skating.
All right.
I
now,
tell you.
Tell me, who are you intimidated by? I want to know.
When I first started skating against the Bomber, I didn't know what I was going to do with Bill Agro when I had to go on a jam.
Bill LaGrow?
Bill Agro. Whatever his name is, you know, I think he still skates for the Bomber. I believe his number is 38 or something, you know. Kind of semi-heavy guy.
Right.
But anyway.
So when you first got up against him, it was a little intimidated. You felt
kind of like maybe I should get down and stay down there, so I won't have to get knocked down again. You know, take a couple blocks, go over the rail.
So what was it like on your first jam against him? You're coming up to the back, and Bill Grohl's there to block you.
I tell you,
What
at
happened?
the beginning, it was a solid block, but then when I felt that the guy knew what he was doing, it was a challenge.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like you want to work, you want to get out there, and you want to challenge him as well. You know, and you know, he can work with you. I mean, the guy is tough and he can block, but doesn't mean you have to go down every time.
Right.
Because if you're a good skater, you can fight him.
Right.
You can fight back. I mean, you can fight him myself taking a block. That's
Right.
as far as I will go. But I tell you, one time I was skating against Parker, if you
Oh, yeah,
remember.
John Parker, right?
Yeah, that was an experience. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
I didn't want him to land on me. That's why I cut the jam off.
Oh, is that, you cut the jam mark
Yeah.
when you coming up to him?
Danny Riley was too far away from
Was
me,
that-
so I had to
oh,
cut
no
the
help,
jam
no
off.
help in
No,
the
no
pack
help.
for you.
And that was real intimidating. Yeah.
Oh boy. So
But-
how did he get upset about that? Did he
No,
call you a wimp?
no, really. He threw me over the rail, and that was the end of it.
And then you bought another airline ticket and you went back to
I
Atlanta.
went back to Atlanta one way.
All right.
No, it's not so hard. It's you get out there, you can't let those guys scare you, intimidate you. You just gotta keep your balance and keep your eyes open.
Do you always want to be skating? Do you ever see a time when you won't be skating anymore?
Yeah, in the winter I like to go skiing.
Is that?
You know, but that's about it.
Uh-huh.
But no.
So you've got a lot of round trips also, Bill, to Vail, right?
Yeah, I mean it's different when the skates were they were glued to your feet when you were born. It's a different
Right.
story. When you put them on later, you can't give it up.
You can't.
But if you were born with the skates on, you can't. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Do you miss the days back when you were growing up with the cement track and everything?
Kind of. It was because it was something new, and it was a new excitement, and it was the thing to do. It was it.
Well, listen, I wish you more exciting days to come here on the
Thank
track.
you. Thank you.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Take care,
Exciting
Jesus.
time.
Thanks for
Thank you very
joining
much.
us. I love that story. Yeah, I do too. All right, now order your airline tickets and get out of here.